My father, first of all. My father was, I think, an enlightened sage. He was an artist all of his life, a man of few words, but the words were always significant. And he and both my parents were incredibly supportive of my renegade spirit, rowing against the current of my whole life, as they probably did, especially my dad. But he would be the first and foremost of many. My mission in life since earliest childhood has been, number one, to attempt to reconnect with the natural world, and then, as I grew older and began to develop my skills, to find ways to share the importance of that with other people. And I've done it through writing, through teaching, through gardening, through photography. All of those areas to me have been a palette upon which, or from which, I've derived the colors of sharing the beauty of the natural world.
Yeah.
Well, there are so many. To go back to my father, one of the things that he said that I have repeated and shared and tried to live by is more profound than it may sound. Never stand in the way of another person's lessons, which simply means that we all have the right to fail or succeed, to live out the tests that we choose for ourselves as we grow, as we develop, as we pursue our own soul development. Never stand in the way of that. One can assist people in the process, but to block a person from living their destiny, even if it's a negative one, I think is not a good choice. And this is where self-discipline and understanding how the guided universe really works. We use the old adage, you reap that which you sow. In my experience with human energetics, we receive back from the universe that which we put out. So, in the garden, you plant a squash seed, you get a squash in return. If you plant a seed and nurture it, you have a nurtured garden. If you plant a seed and don't nurture it, you have a dead garden, And so I think very much it's important for us to, if we're going to impact the world in a positive way, then it's extremely important to safeguard the goodness that is inherent in our nature, and deal with the shadow side of human nature in the most creative way we can. Well, consciousness, first of all, universal consciousness. And when I use that term, I use it in a much broader sense than we usually think of consciousness being only associated with human beings. I'm talking about the consciousness of whales and dolphins. I'm talking about the consciousness of the cosmos itself. And so I think it's important for us to realize that just like there's a web of life, there is also a web of knowledge, and there's a web of energy and a web of consciousness. We live in a totally conscious universe. So we're connected in every imaginable energetic way, not just through our thoughts and our language and our culture, but we're connected to this willow tree right now, whether we know it or not. I want to go back to the theme of love.
Sure.
That love is truly the glue that holds the cosmos together. We live in a third-dimensional reality that is, in my estimation, literally glued together, not just by universal consciousness, but by love. And again, I'm using the term love in the broadest sense of the embracing of the totality of existence. To me, is about love. And so I just want to stress that more than anything. We need to return to the rule of love.